Guys, I'm back with another pregnancy vlog, and this is week 37 of pregnancy. I am currently 37 weeks, 4 days pregnant, and I'm going to do a bump update because I realised the last couple videos I've forgotten to do that. So let's just do it at the start, we'll get it out of the way. It's a big old bump. I don't know if you guys can see from there. Look at that. Guys, we are really ready now. This baby is cooked. Look at the size of it. Still would say looking ever so slightly smaller in the bump than Elvis's pregnancy. And I still feel like even though my face and my hands and my feet are getting a little bit swollen now, I think it could be partially to do with the heat, but I'm nowhere near as swollen. Like, I'm just a different pregnancy, isn't it? So now I can really compare because I'm like right near the end. I am just about to pop out, and I thought if I don't get this filmed now, I won't do it. Let's just get straight into it. Week 37. So there's been a couple moments this week where I'm like, something's starting. I'm feeling the rumblings, guys. I've had a couple evenings, not consistent though, nothing substantial enough for me to be like, Ken, it's happening. I might be like, you know, really looking into things, but definitely in the evening times, there's been several evenings throughout week 37 where I've had either really kind of lower back ache, but you know, like that periody, you know, when you're coming on your period and you get like a lower back ache, that kind of a lower back ache. I'm, as I've mentioned previously, so heavy down there, like very heavy, swollen, and I do literally sometimes at times feel like there is a bowling ball between my legs. The pressure is real. The need, like even if I've got a trickle of wee in me, it needs to come out because it's like there's no room. So definitely very heavy down there. But a couple of the evenings, I actually even had like period-like cramps. Nothing painful, more so uncomfortable, and definitely like, oh, something's starting up, but nothing consistent. I feel like if that was happening every day for a couple days, I'd be like, okay, we're really like something's going to happen. But because, like, for example, today I feel quite normal, I don't feel as heavy pressure down there. Like I do feel the heavy pressure is kind of constant, but there's times where it's like I literally feel like I can't walk. Today's not one of those days, and I'm grateful for that because I am actually going to go and drive and pick up Elvis. He's been staying at grandparents for the last 2 nights, which has just given me this wonderful break that I think I really needed. But I miss him. I'm going to pick him up, and we also have like a local kids party with like all inflatables and bouncy castles, and I don't want him to miss out. But Ken is working, so that means I have got to like drive and go by myself and stuff. But as I said, I'm listening to my body, and today's not the day. Today's not the day it's happening, so I'm just going to go ahead and make sure Elvis has a good time. But I do think all the signs are there, like the rumblings that something might happen within a week or so. I don't think I've got long, guys. Don't know if that's just me being very, very optimistic. What other symptoms have I had this week? Oh, just to update you, I am still taking the dates. Still enjoying them, to be honest, and I'm now on 3 cups of raspberry leaf tea a day. Although I want to put it out there, does anyone know if you can actually get pure raspberry leaf tea? Because when you actually look into it, even the one from Holland & Barrett's that says raspberry leaf tea, it's mixed with a bunch of other stuff, so the percentage of raspberry leaf is very, very small. And I'm like, I don't know if that's really how you're meant to be doing it. It would have been the same with Elvis. Maybe I should be like boiling it up on the stove, really like overly brewing it, but I'm just doing it in a teacup still. And then I've got this other brand called Materna Tea. Absolutely love the brand. The tea bags are biodegradable. The teas taste really nice. I've used them all throughout my pregnancy, and now I'm on the ready to pop, or is it ready to birth? I don't know. It's called something like that, but it's basically their raspberry leaf tea blend. But I can tell the percentage in it of raspberry leaf is not as high, because when I had the Holland & Barrett's one, which I think is Heather and something brand, honestly guys, the baby brain, I'm not going to remember right now. It's a lot more red when I brew that one. This one's a little bit more of like a murky red. I don't know if anyone has any advice, or maybe you're meant to have it in like small doses like that. I don't know, but I'm not overly brewing it. But I am having 3 cups a day now, if I can remember. I'm doing tons of walking. I'm doing all the things. I'm not trying to bring labour on, because I do want baby to come when baby's ready. And I also think that when baby's ready, I'll have a better labour. Like, just being really optimistic, I kind of feel like if you bring it on too early, sometimes it can drag out your labour a little bit because baby's not quite ready. Same way when like people get induced, right? So I'm doing all the things, but I'm not trying to induce labour. I'm just trying to prepare my body and make sure my body stays active and my cervix is ripened and soft and just like I'm ready to go. But I'm not actually trying to induce labour. Although, as I've mentioned before, my guess is the 22nd, which is in a matter of days now. So who knows? Will you have a week 38 vlog? Who knows? I'm going to put it out there and say I hope not. I hope the next vlog is actually going to be like a birth story or something, but we'll see. So yes, I've been doing lots of walking. Some days I'm walking like 7 kilometers, but then because of like all the steps I'm doing around the house and all the nesting and like running around after Elvis, I'm getting up to that 10 kilometer mark. But some days I'm just walking like 2.5 kilometers. But regardless, I'm walking like almost every day. I'm staying as active as possible. I have to plan my routes now, like with toilet breaks, because I either have to circle past the house, because I'm not going to be able to go that far without a toilet break. Even if I don't drink tons and tons of water before I go, and I go to the toilet before I go, I'm still going to need a toilet break. So the way I've been doing it is I've been like strategically planning my journey of my long walk with a stop at Starbucks, because obviously I said to Kenneth, like, I need a toilet break, but really we all know that I need an iced vanilla oat matcha latte, because that is the drink of choice at the moment. And if you haven't tried that, you need to try it. Like, especially if you're not a matcha fan, just add a little bit of vanilla in. Definitely have it with oat milk. Who even drinks cow's milk? Like, we all know oat milk is so superior. Yeah, no judgment whatsoever over here. Yeah, so I've been telling Ken like, oh, I need to stop for a toilet break, but really I go to the Starbucks, I get a Starbucks, I go for a toilet break, and then I continue my walk. So I've been enjoying that walk, and I've been walking with a friend in the mornings as well, which is really nice. But at the same time, I think she's a little bit on edge. She's just like, any little little noise I make, I think she's a bit on edge, but it's nice to have someone with me. Something that I wanted to show you is like the birth room is almost like fully set up. Obviously, it's not going to be fully set up until in the moment. It does look a little bit rough and ready, because I suppose it's not meant to be glam. It's just meant to be cozy and like old blankets, old towels. I'm going to just chuck a load of stuff on the floor to cover up the plastic. But I'm going to show you so far what I've done, because we don't really use that second like living room. Like, we have like kind of a bigger main living room, and because we don't really use it, I'm just like, let's leave it set up so I'm not stressed. And I'm really like telling this baby, you can come, we're set up, we're ready. I saged the whole house. That was such a vibe. I felt so peaceful that day. Literally saged the entire house, saged the birth room, said my affirmations. I'm starting to listen before I go to sleep, like my birth affirmations now, really just trying to like get into a peaceful, calm sleep, because I haven't been sleeping great, and that's still an ongoing thing, and I think that will be like that until birth. But some nights are better than others. And it has ever so slightly cooled down now in the UK, so I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable. So I'm going to show you my birth room setup. I thought I'd show you in here. It's not complete, guys, but it's getting there. So we have got the birth pool here. It's pretty huge. This room, let me actually, zoom out and show you the whole room. This room in general is a second living room. We've got a nice little L sofa there, TV on the wall. We call it the snug. It's just like a little snug, tiny little living room, but we don't really use it that often. So in a way, it's perfect to birth in, because no one's going to be in here. It looks a little bit messy at the moment, but what it is, we've got the plastic on the floor, so we don't need to do it in the moment. I'm going to put some more blankies down here just to make it really cozy, because who wants to step on plastic when they're in labour? Then I've put all old throws, like all of these, some of the colours look really light, but they're all old throws, like it does not matter if they get messy. Put them on top to keep it cosy. And this area, obviously, I've just left all the stuff we're going to need for birth, but I'm just thinking if I need to lay at any point, be examined, or afterwards birth the placenta, I've got the doggy pads down there, the wet pads, and I can just lay on this sofa. This L sofa is actually a sofa bed, so it can pull out. I can also have my exercise ball here and watch telly, or put some birth affirmations on, or relaxing music. I've got this knee pad thing, because quite often I found in Elvis's labour I wanted to be on all fours, but it was kind of like aching my knees. I've got little tea lights around. Actually, I'm going to try and insert a clip when it's in the dark with all the tea lights, because it's actually so peaceful. That's just the car seat. It's the doona, that's why it's so huge, because it turns into a buggy as well. And to be honest, I just don't have anywhere to put it right now. So in birth, that will come out, and I'll probably use those blankies on the floor. I've got black towels, old towels. It's not meant to look glamorous, it's meant to just feel super cozy, and I'm going to have all the lights off. I've got my hose and all these attachments, guys. I just bought spare attachments off of Amazon, which is a good tip because you can figure out which one works for your taps. Spare doggy pads, a collapsible bucket. This is something new I'm going to try in labour. It's a acupressure comb. It's like a bamboo comb, and it's meant to really aid labour, because it kind of distracts you but also hits the acupressure point, which helps like with pain. A few people that have come in and seen my birth pool, that have just, my birth room, they've been over, have asked me what this is for. They're like, why do you need a sieve? I was like, hun, it's pretty mandatory that you need a pooper scooper. So that's a just in case one. We've got chargers. I've got, this thing here is a submersible water pump. So once you're done with the pool, and it's all like gory, let's be honest, it will be, you can put the hose back in with the submersible water pump, and you can just pump it out down the toilet without having to like, otherwise I guess people would just have to use buckets to have it out. We've left this desk in here, and that's just because if you have a home birth, they do require like a hard surface just in case of emergencies. And I've just left some kitchen roll and a new changing mat there. We've got some scissors here. I assume that's just because we might need to cut the hose because it's brand new, so the other end hasn't been cut yet. I've got some cute little fairy lights around the pool. We're going to put a liner in this pool when I'm in labour. But again, most stuff you can do in labour. I just want to be prepared because we don't really massively use this room. I just really want to be prepared. And we've got some yoga mats underneath the pool because I want the pool to feel really cushioned. Even though the floor you can see is pumped up and cushioned, I just keep thinking like if I'm on my knees, I want to feel comfy. And then we've got the liner in that bag in the corner, and we've got this is to pump up the pool, but I'm just going to leave it pumped up now. You can see I've got some little tea lights dotted around. So again, if this is nighttime, this would be super cute. And I've got all my birth affirmations here, ready and raring to go. So yeah, this is the potential birth room, guys. Oh, also around all the outside of this birth pool in the moment, I'm going to put a load of towels down so that if I'm getting in and out or whatever, it not only feels cozy, but also like we can keep the floor dry. So I feel like we're ready to go, guys. Like this is really organised and prepped. Most people would just kind of do this in the moment, but I'm just thinking second labour, I would rather be prepared if no one's really using this room. And I can just imagine myself putting the birth ball there, bouncing up and down, watching a bit of telly. It feels good to me, guys. I might get some nice smells in here as well, but again, we can do that in the moment. And if it's still really hot in this corner, I can put a fan. So I feel very prepared. We shall see. Hopefully I can video bits of my birth and show you. Whilst I'm showing you around, I might as well show you bits of the nursery, because this was obviously Elvis's decor with the blue, the clouds, the cute light. I mean, I do like some of it. It's quite neutral, but what I'm thinking is once the baby comes and we've seen who we have, boy or girl, we can kind of make the decor a little bit more specific to them. We've got the sleepyhead in there, which is now called Docker Tot, but mine's an old one, so it still says sleepyhead. I probably will buy a new cover for that. Everything's been washed, stripped. This crib will get put, oh gosh, I'm out of breath. This crib will get put back up to the newborn stage, and this beside me crib will go in my room. But I'm just leaving it in here for now because I don't really want it cluttering my room if I don't need to. We have a baby wardrobe there, which will be free once this is gone. All of these little newborn bits I've like washed, they're all ready to go. We've got fresh sheets here for the crib. I've got a changing bag packed just in case that I do need to go into hospital, but I'm manifesting that I won't. But we've just got the bags packed there ready to go. This cute new blankie. Love the White Company, guys. That blanket is gorgeous. And then look, I've set up a little changing station. So you've got, here we've got our nappy bin. We've got for dirty clothes. Nice little wedged. I always find these wedged ones are really good just so baby doesn't roll. And actually something new I've got this time. So I've actually got a container that I'm going to put the reusable wet wipes in. So you do your own little solution, or at the start you can just do water. I think it's so much better. I'll show you them actually. So they're like this. And I think because at the start you just use cotton wool on them, they're so super soft. I just think these will be better than using cotton wool. And then you can make up your own solution with water or like an actual solution. I've got some of these little soapy tabs from these like reusable cloth nappy brands. And then you'll just pop them all in there and then you'll take them out. And of course, look, I've got wipes as well because I'm going to be using a mixture. But I just think while I'm at home, and if I have the time to prep it, we'll use some reusable ones as well. So I thought it was nice to set that up there. And you can see I've left some of the really like baby books that I remember Elvis loved. I've got like nappy sacks in case we need them. Look how tiny this newborn nappy is, guys. As I said, we're going to do a combination of, no, that's, look, it's tiny. Look at my hand. It's the cutest thing. So I'm all stocked up with nappies here. And then in the cupboard, I've got more nappies, more wipes, all the like cotton wool, the reusable bits. It could be a little bit tidier in here, guys, but you know, just kind of chucked everything in. And in the drawers, I've literally got all the clothes. These are the cloth nappies, guys. I've washed them. Everything's washed in here. So like bibs, look at these, all the little baby clothes. These are like all the newborn, the first size stuff. And then I've got like muslins, blankets, towels underneath here. We are ready to go. And I just, the cuteness of a nursery, I just can't deal. But I love the decor that we did for Elvis. We had like his name up on the wall. Don't know if you guys have been following me for a while, you would have seen. But it all had little baby blue and grey details. But I've tried to like strip it back because I feel like we can do new decor for the new baby. Baby won't be in here till about 6 months anyway, 7 months, so we don't really need to focus on this. I cleaned it all, it's ready and raring to go. Also, in the washing machine currently, so once I bring this crib up to like the newborn height, I think it's like, well, you can see there's another, it's a higher, it goes a bit higher. I don't even know what I'm talking about at this stage. But I've actually got this thing that we're gifted by friends. It's like a hammock, so you can like stretch it across and you can use the crib as like a hammock, which I think would be really cute for the baby. So I'm currently washing that so I can put that in. So maybe I'll show you that next vlog if we do another one. And another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was colostrum harvesting or collecting your colostrum before you have the baby. I never done this with Elvis. Don't think I massively knew about it. And I was always really keen on breastfeeding, so I don't know why it just didn't come into like my hemisphere. But even this time round, I wasn't really, I've seen a lot more people doing it, but I was like, oh, I didn't do that with Elvis. Like, you know, sometimes you just think, well, I didn't do that before, I won't do that again. But my cousin, who's pregnant at the same time as me, kind of brought it up and sent me a link of like how easy it was. And it did seem a lot more simple than what I thought, and how good it is for the baby. And you can literally just get these little syringes, fill them up, and you basically like store them in the freezer, and then when baby's here, it's really good, especially if you're breastfeeding, or especially if like you want them to have those extra antibodies. The colostrum is like liquid gold for them, and you can just like give them little bits in the syringe, and in a way, I suppose they're going to be getting more calories until your milk comes through if you're solely breastfeeding like I intend to do. So I thought I'd give it a go. I was like, why not? I think it's safe to do it from 37 weeks. Not gonna lie, my first experience, I got like 0.1 out, and I was like, oh, this is such an effort, because I was doing it for so long. Don't think I quite had the hang of it. I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to get on with doing this. It just seemed like an effort. So if you're there with it, or you're thinking about trying, it's not the easiest thing. However, I might insert some pictures actually of like my first attempt and like subsequent attempts, because as I went on, I found that I am getting a little bit more out, I am getting a little bit better, and they only need the tiniest bit. Like that tiny bit is so good for them. So I don't know if I would or wouldn't recommend doing it. I just ordered some sterile syringes that are for colostrum harvesting off of Amazon, because they came next day. Gave it a try. I found that I kind of like found my groove with it. Like I found a little technique. I either put on birth affirmations or music. You have to be quite relaxed, quite warm, and like really massage the boob. There's a technique to it, and I feel like you have to, once you get to grips with it, you get a little bit more out, if that makes sense. So I think I'm still not 100% there, because like my cousin's getting like full big syringes, and hers is very, very yellow, which is what you see online as well. Mine's quite clear, so it starts out quite clear, and I think as you go on, it will get a little bit richer, a little bit thicker, a little bit creamier maybe. Yes, that's something I'm trying this time. So if you were at the same gestation as me and you haven't considered it before, maybe you will. There's loads of great help online and stuff for like techniques and stuff, and why not give it a try? It's really beneficial for your baby. And here in the UK on the NHS website, they do recommend that you do it. You just make more and more. So it's like, you know, if you don't do it and you're leaking, and you're someone that's currently leaking, it might go to waste. Whereas if you do it, I feel like you'll just produce more. So why not? And then almost it might even kickstart like your body into that milk production. So the milk might even come through sooner, I don't know. They do say though, like sometimes any sort of nipple stimulation or breast stimulation can often like start contractions or induce labor. So I think that's why they say don't do it before 37 weeks. I haven't experienced any of that, but as I said, I have had mild cramps, so I don't know. We shall see. Guys, I'm gonna lock this off here. I don't know if we're going to have any more vlogs. We might have weeks to come. We may be on Birth Story very, very soon. And I will actually try and film bits of my birth. I really wanted to with Elvis, and then in the moment I was like, that is the worst idea. Like the last thing I want is a camera in my face. I don't even think in his labour I wanted to be on my phone. Like I was literally like, I don't even want to see lights. Like I just wanted to be in like a dark room, really calm. So I'm going to listen to my instincts, but I will try and film a little bit more this time, and maybe I can share some. So we are on the home stretch now, guys. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I know I keep saying that, but it's such an exciting time, isn't it? So I better be off, because I've got to still get a birthday present for this party and pick up my son. So I hope that you are having a beautiful pregnancy, or if you're not yet pregnant and hoping to be pregnant, then I really hope that that happens for you and that you have a beautiful, positive journey. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, guys. Mwah.